Hello and welcome to Meet the HRH Team series. Meet the Team is a series of interviews where we meet and get to know all of the core people within the Heather Hayes and Associates team. Today it gives me great pleasure to welcome Lissa Franklin, who has just started at HRH as their new Professional Relations Coordinator. Hi Lissa.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Could you tell me a little bit about your role at HRH, please?
Sure. My role at HRH is primarily going to involve professional and governmental relations. So whether that's reaching out to trusted providers, developing their trusted provider base, as well as state, local, and federal advocacy to protect people who are seeking services and to increase the standards of care provided to those patients.
Amazing. Okay. And how long have you worked in this industry?
Coming up on 10 years.
Right, so you've got a lot of experience. And can you tell me what the values are that drive you?
I'm really committed to hope. A lot of the blessings that I have in my life are the result of a second chance and because of people never giving up on me. So I believe that it is my duty now to keep hope alive for others. It keeps it fresh because what's an average day for me is ultimately the worst day of the family or the identified patient's life who's reaching out for help. But it's crucial that we remain hopeful, we implement that hope for them, and that we're there for them. In addition to them getting the utmost care that they deserve and need, including like the safety, the actual evidence-based treatments and modalities, meeting them with compassion and understanding, but just, the guidance. Being a nobody, trying to tell somebody that they're an everybody.
That's really beautiful. I think hope is an incredible value and one of my favorites I think I've heard on this HRH series actually. So thank you for that. Who inspired you to pursue the career you have today?
Actually, Heather did. I came to Florida in 2011 as a result of those unscrupulous practices that I advocate so fiercely against. I was lucky enough to get out of that. Once I got out of that, I went back to school, graduated with highest honors, and then I realized how little regulation there was in the industry as it pertains to the clinical care, but also as it pertains to the marketing and business operations side. And through that, I got involved in various advocacy groups. And then I was introduced to Heather by another professional, not directly though. And I actually had sent her a Facebook friend request and she would never accept it. So I kept deleting it and resending it, deleting it, resending it. And I'm also the executive director of the Delray Beach Drug Task Force. And at the time, I was just a board member. But we have this yearly event called SUD Talks, which operates similar to TED Talks, but around substance use disorder. And this one year when she was the keynote and she did the nation taken hostage. And she told her story. She told how she got involved. Then she ended it with this RESIST acronym. I have goosebumps talking about it. It's on YouTube still. I watch it very frequently whenever I need motivation. But it was all about standing up to, resist the unscrupulous practices, be there for the patients and the providers, stand up and demand better care. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was ready to at that point switch industries completely, switch jobs, switch career goals, because it gets exhausting and you get bullied. And I received multiple different types of threats from people because when you're disrupting, their multi-billion-dollar operation, people are not happy. But then she motivated me to stay strong, keep doing it. So I pushed through. And then fast forward, we did end up meeting in person. And she's taken on many roles in my life. First, she was my mentor. Then she became almost like she was the big sister I always wish I had. And she's just she's my hero. She's my Wonder Woman. She is why I do what I do. She's my biggest inspiration in this industry.
Amazing. That's a great story. I didn't know that actually. And what would be the best advice you could give to someone who was struggling with either their mental health or addiction?
Not to give up. Don't ever give up. You might feel like you're alone, but you also are never alone. There's so much hope. If I had to say that my life would be where it was today, 10 years ago, I would have told whoever told me that is crazy, because I couldn't even imagine getting to the next hour some days, let alone 10 years. And it has been absolutely incredible. You'll be supported the whole way. There's so many different resources. It will stink for a little bit, but pushing through the ick is so worth it, because you're so worth it. So just don't ever, ever, ever give up.
Brilliant. Thank you. Finally, last two questions. What do you enjoy doing when you're not working?
I love going to the gym. I like being active. Spartan races and obstacle course races, or just going to the regular gym. And then most of my time is spent with my dog, Yogi.
Amazing.
I enjoy reading also.
Dogs are the best, honestly.
They're great.
Yeah.
Actually right in my life.
And what's your secret talent that no one knows about?
I guess my other passion that I enjoy doing, I also have a side personal training business, because when I did initially get into recovery, I struggled with alcohol and an eating disorder. And the eating disorder primarily was what was the biggest issue since third grade. So when I finally got into recovery, I was 230 pounds. And I wanted to change. I wanted to be an athlete again. It was part of my adolescence. It was a big part of my life. So I actually lost almost over 100 pounds. I became a nationally qualified NPC competitor. Then I got cancer and had my thyroid taken out. So that kind of put me almost back at square one. So I did it again. So that's where I like spending a lot of my time and helping people too, because health to me is holistic. It's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. So when I train people at the gym, we don't just work on the physical strength aspect of it, because that's just like one tiny piece of it. So I enjoy educating people that, if your nutrition's off, 80% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. So if your nutrition's off, then your mental health's going to be off, which is going to have physical repercussions. It's kind of like being Bill Nye the Science Guy and teaching other people about that as well, because it drastically improves quality of life. And it's so fun seeing those transformations with people. So I guess that's the talent of mine.
That's amazing. And you're talking sort of my language. I 100% believe in sort of that kind of functional medicine, integrative medicine sort of aspect of recovery, and how important it is to, like you say, it's a whole 360 thing, psychosocial, spiritual, and mental well-being. It's like everything, things that we put in our mouths and how much we exercise and all of it. So yeah, so important. Well, Lissa, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you. And I'm sure we'll see you around soon.
Hopefully. Thank you so much.